Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. And today I will be talking about a fragrance that, to be honest, is getting a lot of negative feedback right now from the fragrance community. But as you guys know, I am a fair and square reviewer. And so for a lot of y'all that really want to know the bottom line about this fragrance and, every single point of contention will be discussed on this review. I will review this fragrance, again, fair and square for everybody that needs to know. Here we go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, especially that we are headed towards 23,000 subscribers. We're 800 away, so please continue all your support, guys. If you want to know more about my no hype videos, I've got over 700 of them, so please continue all your support. Enjoy them, deep dive into them. There's a lot of info right there that you can get before you buy. And the fragrance that I will be talking about today is none other than the latest flanker of Dior Sauvage for 2024. This is none other than Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Yes, Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Now, this one I got from a new decanter in the house. His name's Mario Escobar. I want to thank you, Mario, for your very fast shipping. Mario was going to get a ton of these in bottle format, full bottle format, that he was going to decant. And I think they were going to arrive on a later date. And I actually pulled out of the deal because I was like, man, maybe I can get it somewhere else earlier. And the funny thing is, Mario was like, Troy, well, I'm so sorry I'm not able to give you the decants on time, but do you want to just take these? And I was just like, what is this milky substance that he's putting out there? Like, it looks gross, right? And so I was like, no. I was like, I'm good, bro. Like, I told Mario, I'm good. I don't really want that milky substance. And then later I do find out that milky substance is actually Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Can you believe it? Okay, because one of my friends, Raphael, actually has a full bottle, and he confirmed that it is a milky white substance. Really weird, guys. So anyways, I went back to Mario, and I was like, Mario, I'll take them. And absolutely right now I can say that there's a lot of negative feedback about this fragrance, guys. I got it. This is the milky white gross looking substance right here. And here's the thing, okay? One of our subscribers, he wrote something really awesome on the community tab when I talked about, like, oh, why are people hating so much on fragrances? Like, it's a person that wronged them, right? And he said, well, people are not focusing on what the fragrance is, but rather they are focusing on what it is not. And I was like, boom. I was like, that is super sage knowledge. And with that being said, I realized that my style of reviewing is exactly like that. I review the fragrances for what they are. And of course, I will still talk about what this is not, but mostly I will give you guys all the details about this, what this is, what kind of fragrance can you expect, what are the points of contention, from the milky fluid right here to the apparently horrible performance. Let's go spray this thing right now. Milky white substance. Kind of finishing it here for you guys. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Now let's talk about the concept right here. This fragrance apparently uses some sort of technology that makes it alcohol-free, that makes it a water-based as well as an oil-based fragrance. Now this, I do not believe that this is a full water-based fragrance. It is, I believe, water and oil into this fragrance. Now, an interesting point was brought up in Fragrantica that this fragrance could be an outreach to Muslim buyers, all right? And that is definitely plausible, as Muslim buyers apparently do not want to spray alcohol on their skin. So the preference of having water-based and oil-based fragrances is something that maybe Muslim buyers will like. Okay, definitely plausible. But of course, the interesting thing is the whole water-based thing, right? Because a lot of people are talking about this milky thing that looks gross, looks like some milk spoiled milk and other white substances, guys. But two is that, there are concerns about the performance of this fragrance. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about this white milky substance. All right, now as you can tell, as I've sprayed it on my skin and a black t-shirt, you can see that there are no white substances on my black t-shirt. All right, and matter of fact, when I sprayed it on my skin the first time, the white substance that I saw got on my skin literally dissolved in 2 seconds. All right, so this is not a white substance that stains anything as far as I know, and it also dissolves within seconds. So I'm gonna debunk anything about people being afraid about spraying this milky white substance on them. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, this fragrance does have considerable performance. Let's look into the opening. So right here in the opening, you're getting the classic cold spices of Dior Sauvage, but really the main highlight here is gonna be your elemi resin. All right, so they did not have any sort of citruses here, but they have the classic cold spices, cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg, but the backbone of this fragrance is elemi resin. And elemi resin basically is a fresh, piney, balsamic note, kind of woody as well, that is the backbone of this opening. Now, that fresh pininess definitely comes in as you spray this fragrance. Now, the big thing about this opening, guys, is that it is not heavy, all right? It's actually, you can say, aromatic. It's smooth and aromatic. And the big difference between this fragrance as well as Elixir, that's the one I really know, is that Elixir is more of like an oomph, like a really strong impact type of fragrance. All right, that's what it is known for. That is why a lot of people love it. This is not really a strong impact type of fragrance. Matter of fact, it's kind of like a smooth aromatic that is non-invasive. And the fact that you don't have any heavy, like sparkling citruses that's like hitting everybody makes it quite different. The elemi resin, almost like it smells steady. You know, that's my word for it. It smells very steady, very like smooth, aromatic. And this will be a preference thing. And it is something that it is not what Elixir heads will like or prefer, because it's just not the powerful final boss perfume that Elixir is. But there will be some people in the fragrance community, or maybe they're not even in the fragrance community, it's just who they are, and they will prefer this smoother, calmer, steadier intro. All right, they will. Because, all right, number one, there are people that don't want to come in with that oomph. They don't want that kind of smoke or that kind of attention. All right, and actually, to me, having a super powerful perfume walking into a room, if you're not ready for the attention, if you don't know how to handle that, I think that it's suicide. All right. And this is, I would say, a subtle charmer compared to the strong Sauvage Elixir. All right. But it will still have, for sure, the same amount of spices. It's just that it's really nice, piney, balsamic, woody, spicy elemi resin. All right, so it is the backbone of this intro. And I would say that this one versus the mood enhancing Sauvage Elixir is actually mood calming. All right, to me, it is mood calming. Again, it's that steady, aromatic, smooth vibe that this gave me that made me feel pretty calm. So it's totally different. All right, if you are in the realm of Sauvage Elixir and you like everything that it is, then this one is definitely not that. However, I really truly believe that once tried on, some people might prefer it. Okay, so now let's talk about sillage and projection of this fragrance. Some people are saying it's 0. That's impossible. That's preposterous. It is not 0, okay? First and foremost, this fragrance actually projects, okay? This is an aura scent that has, of course, draw-in properties from the spices. But let me tell you, even hours into the fragrance, guys, people 6 feet away could smell the spices and the sweetness of this fragrance. All right, so definitely it is not weak at all. Okay, even for the wearer, you can smell that kind of consistency and that kind of strength when you spray this. And this is just from my vial. Okay, this is not from the big bottle sprayer that'll probably spray more juice, but I got pretty decent sillage and projection from it. Now, one thing I will say that the strongest parts of this fragrance are gonna be the first 5 hours. All right, 5 hours of really nice, I would say, aura scent, scent trail, non-invasive, slow burner, undercover seducer type, right? Slow charmer type. But definitely that kind of sillage that I just described goes up to 5 hours in this scent. Now, on the mid of this fragrance, you have sweet lavender, a little bit of spicy, sweet, spicy lavender, and you still have the overlap of the cold spices of Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. All right, it's much sweeter in the mid, I would say, but the spices are definitely gonna be still there. Okay, and I would say that some of the people that have smelled this perfume have smelled bubblegum or churros, something sweet. Okay, a lot of them have mentioned that someone smells like bubblegum, and it's obviously me with this Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. So it's a nice reveal of sweetness, of lavender, aromatic with the cold spices still overlapping in here, and it goes all the way up to 7 hours into the fragrance, guys. All right, so this whole thing, it's, you can say, pretty linear, pretty continuum type, goes from the first spray all the way up to 7 hours, guys. So definitely this thing doesn't die anytime soon. All I'm saying is that the first 5 hours is the strongest, and then it kind of calms down after that all the way to hour 7. And finally, on the dry down, you've got sweet musk and woods. All right, sweet gradient musk and woods. Now, past 7 hours, I gotta say, this is when it really kind of gets, I would say, just like a mild skin scent. All right, and it's a nice ending, gradient, sweet musk and woods, nothing too crazy. You don't get that ambroxan, that powerful final punch by Dior Sauvage Elixir. And I would say that it's still okay. It's still okay on the performance. But really, total performance to me, guys, on this fragrance was up to 9 hours, which obviously pales in comparison to Elixir or Gisada or any of these other Elixir type fragrances that go way stronger than that. So definitely I would say that the longevity is 9 hours, but there is some sillage and projection on this, a smooth one, from hour 1 to hour 5 at its strongest. Okay, so now here's my opinion on this fragrance. Okay, maybe this is for the Muslim market, maybe, all right, but from a non-Muslim, just trying this fragrance on multiple times, because I got 2 vials of this from Mario. I got more than enough so I can fairly test this fragrance, guys. I gotta say that this is nice. All right, this is a nice possible alternative to the more powerful, more oomph, impactful Dior Sauvage Elixir as like an alternative, a smoother, calmer, sweet, charmer type of alternative to that, where you can still enjoy pieces of the original Dior Sauvage or Sauvage Elixir in form of the cold spices and the lavender, but it's just with LME resin and just gradient musk and woods towards the end. This is going to be totally different in the way that it is. It's definitely more steady, more smoother, more calmer, sorry. It's more calmer on the way that it is for the wearer. And there's going to be a lot of people, I think, that when you try this, you might consider this. Now, of course, your mainstream that cares all about the super performance and 12 sprays and all of that, those guys, they're going to hate this fragrance because this is definitely not what they expect, especially if you're thinking like a stronger bomb than Elixir. And I think they named it wrong because I think Forte means power. I think, in French. So Eau Forte means like powerful, sauvage. They shouldn't have named it that. Matter of fact, they should have just named it like Sauvage Eau Aqua or something like that, like a more like a watery type of theme for this fragrance in terms of the name, because it definitely does not demonstrate power. All right, this is a charming, calming sauvage. Put it that way, okay? And again, I'm gonna dispel the fact that this performs like horribly. All right, this definitely has some nice sillage and projection. And I don't know what the price is. Let's look at the price right here. So it looks like on the price, it's basically 160 to 190. All right, and they kind of priced it in the middle. And so with that being said, I say try this first. All right, try this first. But like I said, that's what it is. And I also told you guys what it is not. It's in no shape or form like Elixir. All right. And the thing is, guys, you can't really hate Dior for doing this. I mean, this is their cash cow. If they can milk it as much as they can. And I know there's going to be backlash for something like this, but from a corporate perspective, they probably will, and they don't care what you guys think. But I would say that this is an alternative still. That this is not, I would say, like 100% horrible. I really feel that this is a preference type of fragrance. And usage-wise, definitely this is usable in spring. All right, it's a spring fragrance. Maybe you want to use Elixir in the fall-winter fragrances, but this is a spring or cool nights type of fragrance. AC environments, if you're somewhere hot and humid, this will work out on a date. All right, this is better than Elixir on a date, because who wants to come in a date with all that oomph? Maybe for some of y'all it works, but for some people that's not how it works. All right, you want to do like a very slow seduction into the date, and this type of fragrance with that type of calming, aromatic, but still spicy type of projection, I think is perfect for dates as a subtle charmer for the wearer. Ultimately, I think it's okay. And I would own this probably 10 ml, maybe 10 ml. If you are able to contact Mario Escobar and get some decants from him, I'd probably buy 10 ml just as a nicer, smoother, calmer alternative to Dior Sauvage Elixir. Maybe. But full bottle, try this first and see how you like it compared to the more powerful ones. And, honestly, I don't know how else Dior can, make more flankers of this, right? I mean, I think I am in agreement with most of y'all that say that, this thing is past its prime. It's past diminishing returns. You've hit the top peak of this with Elixir, and it's really hard to keep creating flankers and, try to wow the audience with something like this when, Dior Elixir almost had every single thing that people wanted, And again, we can't stop the machine, the corporate machine, but, again, I can, as much as possible, fairly review them and give you guys the pros and cons of this fragrance right here. Before you buy, try this first. Hit up Mario or whoever has these decants. Check the milky liquid right here. But definitely hit him up if you want to know more about this. And that is it. That is my no hype review on Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Now, I already know what a lot of you guys think about this fragrance because I already put that out there on the community tab. If you would like to engage with me in conversation, check the community tab on the channel and we'll be able to talk. I put a feeler out. I said, hey, what do you guys think? And it's overwhelmingly negative. All right, but hey, some people who say this type of stuff have never tried the fragrance too. Okay, that's something I know about the fragrance community. So try this first, and if you've already tried it, I want to know your thoughts on the comments below, guys, if you have actually tried it. All right, if your thoughts or your opinions really mix with mine or not, There are no right or wrong answers. Let me know on the comments below. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I've got a lot of videos to do. I've got Aventus Absolute, another, I would say, drama triggering perfume in the community. Aventus Absolute Triple Aged. I got the new Stephen Humbert Lucas, See My Love. I've got Oud Taiwan. They're all coming up, so please continue to support, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. God bless, take care, peace.